6 teams, 4 games, 1 road to the finals. The regular season marks the first step of their treacherous journey. Every kick, lap, headshot, and goal will bring them one step closer to being the world champions. But first, they've got to compete with North America's finest. There will be winners, there will be losers, and there will be only one champion. This is Season 2 of the Championship Gaming Series.
Y'all ready for this?
Welcome to another doubleheader here for the 2008 North America regular season and the Championship Gaming Series. I am DJ Wheat and very excited for both of the matchups that we have tonight. First up will be the Chicago Chimera versus the San Francisco Optx, and then the Carolina Core will be going on to face LA Complexity. Great doubleheader, a lot of action to be seen here tonight, and we're going to have a lot more in just a second. But first, let's intro the hosts for the evening. To my left, we've got Swoozy. How's it going, Swoozy?
I'm doing pretty good. How about
Are
yourself,
you
my
ready
friend?
for tonight's
I am ready
action?
for tonight, man. I want to see some fireworks.
Excellent. And our sideline reporter down in the pit with both of the teams right now, Cammie.
Hello, DJ Wheat.
Well, hello, back to you. And we're all just ready and rearing to go here. But first, we're going to talk a little bit about how these teams actually made it here to the regular season. There is a process. The players don't, get drop shipped from the sky. There's no cargo plane that drops them. There's a long, rigorous process in which all the players must go through. Let's check it out right here. This is the road to the 2008 finals. In the 2007 CGS season, 6 formidable North American teams battled through the regular season, playoffs, and ultimately crowned one winner from an amazing pool of talent. In a historical North American final, the Chicago Chimera defeated the Carolina Core by 1 point to become the first ever CGS North American champion. In the World Finals, these two teams met again, and the Chicago Chimera proved their North American win was not a fluke and became the #1 CGS team in the world. As the global season came to a close, the next challenge for CGS players had just begun. The players escaped to their training grounds to prepare themselves for the 2008 North American Draft at South by Southwest in March of 2008. After a tough combine which let existing and new players demonstrate their skills to the 6 North American general managers, a live draft was held to build the 6 North American teams for the 2008 season. Some players were franchised, some players were protected, and the rest were at the mercy of the general manager's picks to ensure them a spot in the 2008 North American season. The end result was 6 new North American teams with new faces and old faces. And now these teams will be put to the test. Who will triumph? Who will crumble? And who will be left as the last team standing in the 2008 North American season? 6 teams here in North America. These 6 teams are made up of 10 players each, and each player plays an individual game, and of course, those points go toward an overall scoring. Here is exactly how it breaks down here in the Championship Gaming Series. Here's how the CGS scoring system works. Every point in every game is added to the team's overall score, making each point in every game incredibly important. In FIFA 08, each goal is 1 point for a player's team. Any shootout goal also counts as 1 point each. In Forza Motorsports 2, first place wins 4 points for the team, second place wins 2 points, and third place wins 1. In Dead or Alive 4, win a round, get a point. First player to win 5 rounds wins the match, but the loser still earns a point for each round he or she wins. And in Counter-Strike Source, the winner of each round gets 1 point. The first team to win 10 rounds wins the match, but there are important points at stake as the remaining rounds are played out. The key is that every point in every game contributes to the team's match total. We've had a lot of different scores here in the CGS so far for the North America regular season. We've seen some big defeats. We've seen some very close games. And now we're going to introduce our first two teams for tonight's doubleheader. And first up is going to be the Chicago Chimera. Nope, I'm wrong. The San Francisco Optx. Thank you. They're 2-0 right now, which is a great start to the season. There they are, the Chicago Chimera. They're 0-1 right now, Swoozy. I'm being tossed back and forth. 0-1. Not the greatest start for the Chimera, coming off of it being world champions.
Correct.
But this is the night that they could finally put a W in that win column, and it could be very big for them. What do you think about this going into Chicago tonight? What do you think they're gonna?
If they lose here, that might not be the best start for them, being number one, the Golden Children.
Right,
but
right.
Anything can happen, man. I mean, San Francisco's looking pretty hot right now.
They are looking hot.
If they won tonight.
Let's introduce San Francisco. They are 2-0 so far in the league. GRT really, he's got.
Guys.
I'd like to see him on the dance floor.
They're
I
all
think.
smiles.
Dead or Alive female Vanessa still not lost a CGS match. Ninja CW, he's got a big game tonight versus Black Mamba. He defeated Perfect Legend, and they had the number 2 CS Source team last season. Last night they proved why they were one of the best CS Source teams last season. So some great stuff here. I'm very excited, and guess what we're getting started with first?
What are we getting started with?
Dead or Alive female.
Yes,
and actually, let's while we're getting ready and setting up this game, let's just talk about the game order overall tonight.
Okay.
Dead or Alive female is going to kick us off. Then we're going to have some Forza 2.
I like that game.
FIFA going to be right smack dab in the middle.
All right.
CS Source to kind of set things up for the final matchup of the night, and that will be Dead or Alive male.
DOA male.
Yeah.
Mamba versus Ninja CW.
A very nice.
I like that order.
A very good order, I think. CS is going to be big, but it could come down to the males. We're going to have to find out. First up is going to be Dead or Alive 4 females, though, and they're Chicago Chimera Kasumi Chan.
Oh, yeah.
Genfu, Kasumi, not sure who. Yeah, Genfu tonight.
Yep.
She's definitely looked good playing with Genfu.
Definitely. I think she's more comfortable with Kasumi, but then again, I mean, she's just here to do one thing, and that's win.
Win. And she's got to win against this individual right here. Definitely not a pushover.
No.
Undefeated in the Championship Gaming Series.
Perfect record.
Perfect record. Maybe that should be
like
your new alias.
70-0.
70-0. Well, it seems like she might get that high, actually,
I would not be
Swoozie.
surprised.
We've yet. I mean, she's had a few close games. Let's meet San Francisco's DOA female player, Vanessa. Hitomi, Hayate, Kasumi, you got any predictions on who?
I haven't seen Hayate too much, so I'm going to just guess Hayate. I was right last night.
You were right last night. I was surprised by that.
Let's see
Never been beat in a CGS match either, so maybe... I don't know. Maybe she'll surprise us with her character selection tonight. Before we jump into tonight's game action, as well as get our prediction from Kimmy and Dr. Dog, let's find out how Dead or Alive works. Dead or Alive 4 is an intense one-on-one mixed martial arts showdown in which competitors try to knock out their opponents using kicks, punches, special moves, and counterattacks. Fighters also need to avoid the built-in dangers of arenas where they battle, including passing cars, angry cheetahs, and exploding floors. If neither fighter has been knocked out by the end of the 1-minute round, the fighter with the most health left wins. The first warrior to win 5 rounds wins the match, but every winning round counts as 1 point towards the team's match total.
All right, Dr. Dog, I want to know, what do you think is going to happen between Vanessa and KC tonight?
Well, Vanessa's definitely going to be undefeated for the whole season. She was undefeated all last season during the World Final. But I think if anyone's going to be able to beat her, it's definitely going to be KC. We're going to see a close match here. She'll get at least 3 rounds on Vanessa.
All right, what do you guys think at the desk?
What do you think,
3?
Susie?
At
3
least
rounds. Talking about it just a little bit here before we jump into the action.
Okay.
Dr. Dog has gone on record by saying, Casey's one of the most technical and understanding fighters when it comes to DOA. Mm-hmm. So, it's certainly there. It's all up here.
It's getting into here.
Exactly.
Definitely.
So it should be very interesting. The map that we're playing on tonight, it's Helipad and Tri-Tower Heliport. What do you think of this map,
Genfu with those juggles, he does have the juggles that will send you flying. And with the walls being electric here, the floor isn't electric, but the walls are. So Genfu, again, can put you in the walls, do some extra damage. There's nothing in the air that'll mess up your juggles, so We'll see. I think it's going to be Genfu for KC, though.
All right. Well, Genfu for KC. We're still unsure who Vanessa's going to be playing with, but we're going to find out in just a moment here. Helipad is going to be the map, and it's a simple Tier 1 map. And what are your thoughts, just real quickly? Tier 1 versus, like, infinite tier or two tiers?
It's hard to call. I mean, same thing. There is one thing they have to look out for is the slope. It starts in the middle, and there's a gradual slope going down, and I was right. Hayate, here we go.
You were right. Wow. Maybe we should put you back there.
Might.
For place to Dr. Dog. All right, guys. We are live here in the first round between Kasumi Chan and Vanessa, and the action's already heated up. We're on Tri-Tower Heliport, and a real quick rundown of the characters. So Kasumi Chan is playing as Genfu, the old man in the tiger stripe and tiger stripe outfit, and Vanessa is playing as Hayate in the white. And so far, about even right here. Vanessa's going to get a grab and set things up just a little bit. Low sweep comes out. Oh, great counter. Thought it was over right there, but the rising mid kick.
Yes.
Fantastic round, Suzy.
I agree, but again, then Kasumi Chan, it seems like all these players here so far for the opening season, that wake-up kick game is getting to them when they're getting close with that damage. I mean, when you have such little health, you don't want to flirt with the wake-up kick getting game.
Right. And there is Kasumi Chan. Not overly happy about that.
She was playing very aggressive.
There's a lot of rounds left.
Very confident in that last round.
So hopefully we can hear the game sounds in this next round. Let's here we go. As we get started here for round number 2. Both players going immediately into one another's personal spaces. A few chops here and there by both players. Ground game coming out from Vanessa. Nice launch. Doesn't get that juggle. Now that's where you're taught a little bit about the tier, or a little bit about the uneven.
Correct.
Right.
So
So
had it been leveled, she would have gotten that juggle and it would have been wall damage.
well, back and forth right here as right now we do have KC with the health advantage. She backs off just a little bit. A 1-2 comes out from Vanessa. Ground game huge once again. Hops over that low sweep. KC goes in for the launch, gets a high punch. Doesn't work that ground game. Backs off. Smoothie.
Yes.
Great round
That
for KC.
That was very well played. Vanessa didn't even want to give her a guess. She woke up a lot of times without any kicks. No lows, no mids. She was unsure, it seemed like. And then Kasumi Chan stayed in close, and then it paid off.
Not waking up with anything versus just like rolling out. I mean, is it just a part of the arsenal? You got to be able to mix it up if you know what your opponent's going to do?
Just more mix-up.
All right. Round 3. Once again, Kasumi Chan playing as Genfu, the old man, and Vanessa playing as Hayate, the white ninja. And so far, Vanessa getting most or all of the damage here. And looking for a great instinct. Could have it right here.
Could happen.
Gonna back off. No. High kick from Kasumi Chan will stop that, but still a great round here by Vanessa. Real quickly in between rounds, Suzy. Talk to me about using your emotion to play this game.
Well, same thing. I mean, sometimes players play better angry. Sometimes they play much better clear-headed. Vanessa is very hard to tell what's going on in her head when you're watching her. KC, sometimes you can tell when she's getting a little frustrated, annoyed, because you see her roll her eyes sometimes, you know, just looking around. But right now, it's very hard to call who's going to take this one.
All right. Well, Vanessa has 2 rounds, and Kasumi Chan has 1. Great job by Vanessa getting off the ground as well, too. Fantastic counter, and really, really playing it smart. Kasumi Chan is going to get a hold there and return the favor. Vanessa returns the favor. We got a launch and cannot do anything with that. A couple of quick 1-2 love taps from Vanessa, and she takes her 3rd round.
I think Vanessa knows, or she's figured out at this point what it is she needs to do. She stayed right outside the wake-up kick window. So if you notice at the end, Kasumi Chan woke up with a low kick. Vanessa was just like, got you, boom, right there. And you can punish that in a sense, too.
And that's exactly what she did there. 3 rounds up now. She needs 2 for the victory. Kasumi Chan will need 4 for the victory, but she has posted at least 1 round. And it is a little bit different from last season.
Definitely.
2007, there were many times where we actually saw we actually saw like 5-0s.
5-0s, greats, like back-to-back.
Right. So we're back now in round number 5, and Vanessa once again administering most of the damage. Kasumi Chan did get a couple of hits in there. She gets a kick. Mina should put us together, but again, cannot get that juggle out there. She's going to put a hold together, and very nicely done. She's starting to chip away at the health bar of Vanessa here. Bicycle kick from Hayate, Vanessa's character. Evens things up right here, and a cartwheel kick.
Again, spacing herself right outside of that wake-up kick window. Bam. executing when she saw the animation for Genfu waking up with that kick. So, I mean, Vanessa's playing this thing smart. I mean, she looks like she's about to put it away right now.
And she is on game point, Suzy, so that's
Correct.
certainly a possibility. Kasumi Chan needs to win this round in order to keep
Stay in it.
Vanessa, right, stay in it and keep Vanessa from the victory. Vanessa's looking like she's riding this wave of momentum here. Let's see if she can ride it into the 5th and final round for herself here. Both players doing a great job with some blocking. Got a little turtle out of that throw. Excuse me, chicken out of the throw. And we're going to have Genfu, Kasumi Chan's character, come in. A good launch and a nice little juggle that she put together there, but Vanessa comes right back at it. And she's definitely not second-guessing herself at all.
No, Vanessa's playing smart. Kasumi Chan's playing smart this round. However, I think Vanessa's figured out exactly, like I said, what she needs to do.
Yep.
It's done.
And there it was.
4 in a row.
And you pretty much called it right there, Swoozy.
Yeah.
In the final round, it's something that she'd been doing for the last 3, backing off 1-2 steps.
Yep.
Here comes the wake-up kick, a block or a whiff, and then she just pretty much just punishes.
That will cost you rounds right there. If you're waking up with kicks and it's not working out for you, it could cost you a lot of damage. It could cost you a few rounds.
And Vanessa, once again, stays undefeated here in the Championship Gaming Series. She is a brutal female to have to go up against, and she proves it time and time again. I mean, how
the W's just roll in.
The what?
The W's just roll in.
They
It's
do.
Like, I will take all these W's.
They
Thank you
do.
very
And
much.
I'm going to be curious to see what happens when she gets that first light, if it ever happens.
It might.
Well, down with Vanessa from the San Francisco Optx right now. We've got our sideline reporter, Cammy. Cammy?
Thank you, Wade. Vanessa, congratulations again. I like seeing you here, don't get me wrong. But what do you think about what Dr. Dog said about Kasumi Chan being the only one to take you down?
I think all the women get potential. I played Marge for so long. She gets the technical aspect, and I definitely think that she would get some rounds and maybe a win. But I'm going to keep trying my hardest and just try to keep my record as clean as possible.
All right, well, thank you very much, and good luck. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Cammy. It was a good answer, and I think that she sort of gave credit to the entire female squad here in Dead or Alive in the Championship Gaming Series. So let's take a look at the big scoreboard. Vanessa gets the first win of the night. Did you expect it? Well, many of you might have, and I know many Kasumi-chan fans were looking for her to pull out that win. Well, she did put some points on the board.
Definitely.
It's now 1 in favor of the Chicago Chimera and 5 for the San Francisco Optx, so they take the early lead. And of course, next we've got Forza, Chomper, and Jason X, and mix them up in Sacramento, and we are going to be meeting these two in just a moment. And I'm excited for tonight's Forza matches. They, the tracks have been getting progressively a little bit more difficult, and when you work in those hard turns, it starts to turn
I like how
into
intimate they can get. I mean, it's awesome that people, take off and win, but I want to see some big old bam. All right, what are you going to do now?
Oh, we're going to get some of those
I want to
tonight.
see a lot of that.
Let's meet the two teams that are going to help make that happen, Swoozy. For Chicago, the unstoppable force for Chicago in 2007, Chomper and Jason X. Some difficulty switching to Forza, but we're going to see what they've got in store for us tonight. They've obviously been working hard on it, Swoozy. You know that these two are two very dedicated individuals.
They're pro.
And, well, they're here to play. They know what they've got to do, so it's not out of the question. And they're going up against this team right here for the San Francisco Optx. It's going to be Mix 'em Up and Sacramento. Completely new team for the San Francisco Optx, and they've performed very well for Cat Hunter so far this season. And they're always very cool. They always seem to have a game plan going into the matchup. And, these guys maybe don't have the same intimidation that other teams might have against the Chicago Force because they saw them dominate last year in a completely different game. But what about this year?
It's a new ball game.
It is a completely new ball game. So I wonder how much that actually, that actually goes into play.
Psychologically.
We're going to talk about the track they'll be racing on. But first, let's break down how Forza 2 works here in the CGS.
Forza Motorsports 2 is a high-octane racing game where drivers jockey for position at blistering speeds through a variety of courses from around the globe. In the CGS, every match is a 4-car race between 2 drivers from each team. Players must rely heavily on their driving skills while avoiding or performing potential collisions with the other racers. Team strategy is key. The drivers win 4 points for first place, 2 points for second, and 1 point for third.